Okay, so get this. We're talking about climate change literally redrawing maps.
No way, really. Maps.
Yeah, you heard that right. You guys wanted to know more about how climate change is impacting our world, and, well, this is a pretty wild example. It's making borders move.
Like country borders?
Exactly. We're diving deep into how melting glaciers are causing the border between Italy and Switzerland to shift.
Wow. That's
I know, right? We always think of borders as these permanent things set in stone, or at least, on a map.
right, yeah.
But it turns out up in the Alps, a lot of it's based on these massive glaciers and snowfields.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And with climate change really kicking those melting glaciers into overdrive, those lines are, well, not so fixed anymore.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you think about it, it's just, I never would have thought about it, borders changing because of melting ice.
It's like something you'd see in a movie.
Right, exactly.
We're talking iconic mountains, the Matterhorn picture, postcard stuff.
Oh, absolutely stunning.
But behind all that beauty, there's this whole other layer, a reality check on climate change that's literally reshaping the world.
So how does this even actually work? Like, they're really just, what, erasing and redrawing lines on a map?
Basically, think of it like if your property line was based on, say, a riverbank, and then a huge flood comes and changes the river's course.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You'd need to redraw that property line, right? This is kind of the same thing, but on a way bigger scale.
Wow.
It's actually happening right now. Italy and Switzerland, they've already agreed on a new border under the Matterhorn because that area's shifted so much.
Wow. And is that it, or is this just the beginning?
Honestly, this is likely just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes. Literally.
Literally. Glaciers are shrinking faster than ever. I read that Switzerland's glaciers lost a record 6% of their volume in 2022 alone, and another 4% just last year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of ice, and it makes you wonder about the wider impact here.
Yeah, for sure, because it can't just be about lines on a map, right?
Right.
What other consequences are we seeing from this?
Well, for one thing, a melting landscape tends to be a lot less stable.
Oh, right, like landslides and things.
Exactly.
That's scary.
Remember that awful glacier collapse in the Italian Alps back in 2022? 11 people died.
Oh, gosh, yes, I remember hearing about that.
That's the kind of risk we're talking about. As these glaciers shrink, the mountains themselves can become more prone to landslides and collapses.
It's a good point. We often don't think about the essential role glaciers play.
Totally. And it goes even further than that, too, because they're a major source of fresh water.
Oh, right, of course, the meltwater.
Yeah, so as these glaciers melt, it's not just about borders, it's about potential water shortages, too.
Wow, so we could be talking droughts, conflicts over resources, all of that.
Absolutely, it's all connected.
It's crazy to think how something that seems so, I don't know, permanent, like a glacier, can have such a ripple effect.
It really is. And on top of all that, you've got the fact that we're uncovering things that have been buried under ice for centuries.
Oh, wow, yeah. Like what?
Recently, they found the remains of a mountain climber who disappeared 37 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So it's like this strange side effect of a warming planet. It's uncovering the past in ways we never expected.
I bet that's just the beginning. Who knows what else is out there buried under all that ice.
Exactly. This whole situation makes you think, if climate change can literally move mountains, what else could it reshape in our world? It really puts things in perspective.
It does. It really does. And it makes you wonder, what are we going to find as those changes keep happening?
That's the big question, isn't it?